In the ancient city of Ur, nestled along the banks of the Euphrates River, a young man named Abram gazed at the starry night sky. It was a tranquil evening, and the constellations seemed to whisper secrets only he could hear. Abram was a seeker, an individual who yearned for meaning in a world filled with mystery and wonder. Little did he know that his restless soul would one day spark a revolution in human spirituality, laying the foundation for one of the world's most influential religions. Abram was born in the city of Ur in the 19th century BCE. He grew up in a society deeply rooted in the worship of multiple gods, with the great ziggurat of Ur dominating the skyline. The people of Ur believed in gods that controlled every aspect of their lives, from the harvest to the weather. It was a world steeped in superstition and ritual. As Abram matured, his curiosity about the divine grew. He questioned the very nature of these gods and the rituals performed in their name. His inquiries often led to heated debates with the priests of Ur, who defended the established order with fervor. But Abram's thirst for understanding was insatiable, and he couldn't accept the answers he was given. One fateful night, as he gazed at the stars, something remarkable happened. Abram believed he heard a voice that seemed to resonate from the very cosmos itself. It whispered to him, not in words, but in feelings and images. It was a revelation, an epiphany that forever changed the course of his life. Abram began to experience a profound connection to a singular, unseen force that he could only describe as the one true God. This was a radical departure from the polytheistic beliefs of Ur. He believed in a God who was all-powerful, all-knowing, and above all, a God who cared deeply for humanity. As he delved deeper into his newfound beliefs, Abram felt compelled to share his revelations with his family and close friends. He began to speak openly about the one true God, urging those around him to abandon the idols and rituals of the past in favor of a personal relationship with the divine. Abram's message resonated with some, but it also drew the ire of many in Ur, including the powerful priestly class. They saw him as a heretic, a threat to their authority and the established religious order. As tensions escalated, Abram and his followers faced persecution and threats. In a daring move, Abram decided to leave Ur, embarking on a journey into the unknown. He took his wife Sarai and a small band of devoted followers with him. They set out on a nomadic life, traveling through the harsh desert, seeking a land promised to them by the one true God. It was during this journey that Abram's name was changed to Abraham, a name that means Father of Many Nations. This name change symbolized a covenant between him and God, a promise that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky. Abraham's spiritual journey took him to various lands, including Canaan and Egypt. Along the way, he continued to spread his message of monotheism, inspiring others to abandon their idols and turn to the one true God. His faith and determination never wavered, even in the face of adversity. Abraham's story, as passed down through generations, became the foundation of a monotheistic tradition known as Judaism. His teachings and experiences were recorded in sacred texts, including the Torah, which would become the cornerstone of Jewish faith and practice. But Abraham's influence didn't end with Judaism. His descendants, including Isaac and Jacob, carried forward his legacy and the promises made to him by God. Eventually, these descendants would become the 12 tribes of Israel, each with its own unique identity and connection to the one true God. One of Jacob's sons, Joseph, found himself in Egypt, where his wisdom and leadership skills earned him a high position in Pharaoh's court. This position allowed him to save his family from a famine, bringing them to Egypt. Over time, the Israelites grew in number, forming a community that would eventually be enslaved by the Egyptians. It was during their years of bondage that Moses emerged as another pivotal figure in the history of religion. Raised as an Egyptian prince, Moses had a profound encounter with the one true God, who revealed himself in the burning bush on Mount Sinai. God commanded Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt and into the Promised Land. Under Moses' leadership, the Israelites escaped Egypt through miraculous events, including the parting of the Red Sea. During their journey in the wilderness, Moses received the Ten Commandments, a set of moral and ethical principles that would form the basis of the Israelites' covenant with God. The story of Moses and the Exodus from Egypt became a defining narrative for the Jewish people, reinforcing their belief in the one true God and their identity as His chosen people. These events and teachings were documented in the Torah, shaping Jewish faith and culture for generations to come. As time passed, the Israelites settled in the Promised Land, forming the Kingdom of Israel. They faced challenges, including periods of conquest and exile, but their faith in the one true God remained unwavering. The prophets, such as Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel, emerged to guide and admonish the people, emphasizing the importance of righteousness and faithfulness to God's commandments. While Judaism was taking shape in the ancient Near East, other religious movements were unfolding in different parts of the world. In the Indian subcontinent, Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, was born into a life of luxury and privilege. However, he was deeply troubled by the suffering he witnessed in the world and embarked on a spiritual journey of his own. After years of meditation and self-reflection, Siddhartha attained enlightenment under a Bodhi tree, gaining profound insights into the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. He became the Buddha, the awakened one, and his teachings formed the foundation of Buddhism. Buddhism emphasized the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path as a means to end suffering and attain spiritual enlightenment. In the 6th century BCE, another significant religious figure emerged in India. Mahavira, a contemporary of the Buddha, founded Jainism, a religion that emphasized non-violence, truthfulness, and asceticism. Jainism sought spiritual liberation through self-discipline and ethical living. Meanwhile, in the Eastern Mediterranean, the Greek philosopher Pythagoras was exploring the mysteries of mathematics and metaphysics. He believed in the transmigration of souls and the interconnectedness of all living beings. While Pythagoras did not establish a formal religion, his ideas influenced later philosophical and religious movements, particularly in the context of reincarnation and the soul's journey. In the centuries that followed, the ancient world saw the rise and fall of empires, the spread of religions, and the exchange of ideas through trade and conquest. In India, the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka embraced Buddhism and promoted its teachings throughout his vast empire, contributing to the spread of the faith. In the 1st century CE, a Jewish teacher named Jesus of Nazareth emerged in the region of Judea. Like Abraham before him, Jesus challenged the established religious order and preached a message of love, compassion, and forgiveness. His teachings, recorded in the New Testament, emphasized a personal relationship with God and the importance of loving one's neighbor. The life and ministry of Jesus, including his crucifixion and resurrection, became the foundation of Christianity. His followers, known as Christians, spread his message throughout the Roman Empire and beyond, eventually leading to the establishment of the Christian Church. In the 7th century CE, another pivotal figure emerged in the Arabian Peninsula. Muhammad, a merchant from the city of Mecca, received revelations from the one true God, as conveyed by the angel Gabriel. These revelations were compiled into the Quran, the Holy Book of Islam. Muhammad's teachings emphasized monotheism, social justice, and the importance of community. Under Muhammad's leadership, the early Muslim community expanded rapidly, unifying the Arabian Peninsula and spreading Islam to neighboring regions. Islam would become one of the world's major religions, with millions of followers across the globe. Throughout history, religious movements have arisen in response to the spiritual and moral needs of humanity. From the monotheism of Abraham to the enlightenment of the Buddha, from the teachings of Jesus to the revelations of Muhammad, these founders of religions sought to address the fundamental questions of existence, morality, and the human connection to the divine. In each case, their messages resonated with individuals seeking meaning and purpose in a complex and often challenging world. These founders offered guidance, hope, and a path to spiritual fulfillment, shaping the beliefs and practices of countless generations. As the centuries rolled on, these religions continued to evolve, giving rise to diverse denominations, sects, and interpretations. The religious landscape became increasingly complex, reflecting the rich tapestry of human thought, culture, and experience. Today, these religions continue to influence and inspire billions of people worldwide. They provide solace in times of hardship, guidance in matters of ethics, and a sense of belonging in a global community of believers. The stories of the individuals who started these religions are stories of courage, faith, and a profound connection to the divine. They remind us that the human spirit has a timeless and universal longing for meaning, and that throughout history, individuals have risen to the challenge of illuminating the path to the divine for all who seek it.